Welcome to another episode of Your Voice. I'm John Balser, your voice for the NRV and surrounding areas. On today's episode, we have Caleb, owner and CEO of Cornerstone General Contractors and Cornerstone Electric. At Cornerstone, their dream is to help you reach yours. Caleb, thanks so much for being here today. We really appreciate you being on the episode today. Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Absolutely. So before we get into your business and what do you do outside of work?
So I spend most of my time outside of work with my family.
Okay.
I've got a wife and two kids, a 3-year-old and almost 1-year-old.
Okay.
But one of the things that I've loved to do for years and years as I was growing up is music, writing, and recording.
Okay.
And so I'm influenced by a lot of different types of music, everything from pop to hip hop to listen to a lot of Christian music. But that's something I really enjoy doing. Really would love to do a lot more of. You know, in the business world, I never get enough time to do the things that I want to do. So
that's awesome. I'm a big music fan myself. We've actually had side conversations before about our love for music and what we do, and I'm kind of the same fan as, multi-genre, things like that too. So we definitely need to connect more on that music side one day. But yeah, definitely music is a big part of my life, and from what you've told me before, it's a big part of yours too. So tell me a little bit about the Cornerstone story and exactly what you guys do and kind of who you are, how you got started.
So I grew up in the New River Valley, actually right down there close to Due South in Christiansburg, and I was homeschooled, so I didn't go to area schools, but I know a lot of people in the area, Blacksburg, Christiansburg. All my friends have grown up here, have been raised here. My parents came up here from Halifax County, Virginia, for Virginia Tech. Both of them went for bachelor degrees and then got married and stayed in the area. And so I and my 2 younger siblings were raised here, grew up here. I love the area, I love the people, the culture. So it's pretty natural to go from that to, as I was 13, 14, 15, working with my dad. He's a repair and maintenance contractor here in the area. It just was a very natural transition to open my own business and start doing some of the same kind of work. And so that was probably 2 or 3 years from about 2013 up until, we'll say, 2016, 2015 time frame. And then started building my team. I was really blessed to have a great group of guys that I'm really close friends with. And so several of them have joined our team, and I've grown a lot because of that. Hopefully they have as well. We've built a lot of projects, served a lot of customers here in the area. So we went from just me to now we've got about anywhere from 15 to 20 guys on the general contractor side, and then I operate a Cornerstone Electric Partners as well. So we've got a team, an electrician team over there as well.
You guys are just growing and growing, aren't you?
Yeah, we're very blessed.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been talking to a lot of people, and everybody truly believes in you and what you're doing with your business and for the community. Everybody's just excited to see you grow. So you guys are definitely blessed. It's awesome. So if you had to tell a young entrepreneur or any business person for that example, no matter what their age, why would they start a business here? Why would they come to this area? What would you tell them?
So the dual universities that we've got here between Radford and Virginia Tech really provide a really thriving economy, a really robust culture. We've got people who come here from all over the world, so it's very, very culturally diverse. We want to make sure that we're serving each of those subsets of the culture very, very effectively. And so opening a business here in the area offers probably the same opportunities, even though it's a smaller town, as you would find in a lot of larger cities. You just got so many different people. The population's pretty dense, particularly here in Blacksburg. There's a lot of good cash flow, and that's of course important with a business, and just a very robust economy.
Yeah, I definitely think this area is growing so rapidly, so quickly, from all aspects. It's exploding, and almost in every type of business. It doesn't matter. I want to call it genre just because my mind's on music right now, but it doesn't matter the category of your business. It's still, I think there's so much room to succeed here, and there's nothing but growth that's happening. So that's great. If you were to redo anything with your business, if you were to change something today, is there anything that you would change, or do you like how things are going? I know that's a different question than we've talked about before, but it's kind of something that's popped into my mind for young entrepreneurs, because sometimes you get into it, you're a year, 2, 3 years in, and then all of a sudden you're like, if I would have known what I know now, what would you have changed, do you think, if anything?
We've been really blessed to have a variety of input to our team. A lot of the guys on my team are very, very quick to seek counsel, particularly from people who have done similar things, and so we've been benefited from that a lot. But I would say that the number one thing that I wish I had done more of is seeking counsel. Okay. Seeking out older contractors, older business people who have been there, done that, so that I didn't have to learn all the lessons the hard way. We've learned a lot of lessons the hard way.
Yeah.
And fortunately, we've been blessed enough to live and tell the story. But it's always nice to learn from other people's mistakes and to really benefit from that and grow rather than learn from your own.
So a lot of people have been talking about Cornerstone, and you in particular, about there's some really interesting projects that you guys are starting to take on. Could you give us some information about one of them and let us know?
Yeah, so we've got a custom home build we're wrapping up down in Floyd that is completely off-grid. It's a solar system that's powering this house. We're finishing about 2,100 square feet of the space. It's got a fairly large garage, and then it's got another 1,600 feet of space upstairs. So it's been a really, really good project for us, really big learning opportunity. We've been working with actually First Bank and Trust locally with that one. And the client has done most of the solar panel system and all of that himself, which has been very helpful for us. It's a new technology, relatively speaking, and he has a lot of background in that type of work, and so it's been good to watch all that come together. On the Cornerstone Electric side, we've kind of partnered with him on a couple of the items to install the system just to make sure everything goes well. So projects like that, and really something that we've benefited from in working with Gabriel Brame, our head project manager, is just a focus on specialty projects, if you will, where we come alongside a client and really seek to know what their desires are, provide the best solution we can, verifying every step of the way that we're making the right call, we're putting in the right piece, just making, going above and beyond for customer service and communication. That's what we really try to focus on. And we have room to grow for sure. We're a very young company, but we've benefited from his experience as well as his company and working with him on that. So.
That's awesome. And it kind of gives you another, like you said, it's almost like an area for you to grow in. Maybe one day you'll start, doing solar panels on your own. And, with your Cornerstone Electric, there's the possibilities are endless of what you can do. So that's awesome. Let's go ahead and jump into a couple of quick fire questions. First thing that comes to your mind, don't have to think about it too much, just go with the flow, all right? So the first one, what is the best gift you have ever received?
Best gift I've ever received would probably be a book. Okay. I've received a lot of books, so not one title comes to mind, but I have had a huge amount of lessons learned through books. We talked about earlier the benefit of counsel, seeking counsel, and learning from other people's mistakes. And one of the ways that I've been able to do that is through books. I love reading. I'm reading right now Peter Drucker's The Effective Executive, and so that's been very helpful for me. But on topics from everything from marriage to raising children to business to politics, it's been very helpful for me.
Fantastic. Last quick fire question. When you think of the word success or successful, who is the first person or thing that comes to mind, and why?
I would say someone like a George Washington. Okay. Just because, we think of George Washington in terms of history, in terms of leadership, but in terms of success, I think we equate success in America today as doing a lot of things, trying to achieve a lot. When really success comes down to focusing on the right things. And so someone like Washington really focused on just a few things. Right. He didn't try to write the Declaration of Independence. That wasn't his gig. He didn't try to be a Patrick Henry. He didn't try to be a James Madison. But his focus was on what he could do best And so that's been a huge challenge to me. I love to get my hands in a lot of different pots when really what I need to be focused on is what I'm good at.
Right.
And either hire or not do the things that I'm not good at.
So you're going to focus all on music going forward.
I wish.
Right? Don't we all? That'd be fantastic. If people want to get a hold of you, if people want to get a hold of your Cornerstone General Contractors or Cornerstone Electric, what's the best way for them to do that?
So phone or text works great. Our number is 540-392-0787. And we're actually in the process of setting up phone tree and communications with One Voice, so big thanks to John and the team for that. We're available through email as well. That would be, best email would be Caleb, C-A-L-E-B, at cornerstone-gc-llc.com. And you can find us on Facebook, that would be just search Cornerstone General Contractors. Make sure you get the one here in Virginia, not the one in Alaska.
Okay, all right. Definitely have to make sure we are very specific when it comes there. So when do we expect the album to drop?
Well, it might be a few years, but no, I really would love to dive back into some writing, recording, and see what we can do.
That's awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate you being a part of it. Are there any last things you'd like to add or tell people, or do you think we got everything pretty much covered there?
Just that we're really blessed to live in this area. We've got just a really vibrant community. A lot of things happening, a lot of new development, exciting things happening, and really excited to be a part of it.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's
always a pleasure.
Thank you.